We stand together, we stand as one. We will not be broken, we'll overcome. This is our battle cry, you'll hear our drum. We will not be silenced, our voice is one.
Stolen Spirits is a dedicated community focused on raising awareness and advocating for justice for missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls. MMIWG, through shared stories, resources, and activism, our mission is to shed light on these often overlooked cases, provide support for affected families, and honor the spirits of those who have been lost.
Hey everyone, thanks for
Hello,
joining
everyone.
us. Welcome in. Say hi to everybody first.
Hey guys.
Let's see who's in chat. Heather. I see Michelle. Hi Michelle. Hi Jake. Hi Barb. I see
Hello
Rogue.
everyone.
Yep, I'm having a hard time seeing, but hi everyone. Glad you could join us. You guys ready to start? Yep. Okay,
Yep.
so today we're talking about Duane Ryan Thomas. He was a 30-year-old Native American male from Newcomb, New Mexico. In the early morning of March 4th, 2011, Duane and his girlfriend were on their way home from a dance. She claims that Duane was feeling sick, so they pulled over on the side of the road in Red Mesa, Arizona. Duane got out of the car and walked towards the back, and never was seen again. Dwayne was raised on the Navajo reservation in the northeast corner of Arizona, near the Four Corners. He comes from a very large family. He has 10 siblings. Dwayne and his brother Dorwin are twins. Dwayne has a child from a previous relationship, and Dwayne is known to be a very loving, caring, and great dad. Dwayne was in a relationship with a lady by the name of Trudy. They were living together in Newcomb, New Mexico. On March 3rd, 2011, Dwayne and Trudy drove 2 hours to Kayenta, Arizona from Newcomb, New Mexico to go to a dance, which they had done several times before. On March 4th, after midnight, Trudy said Dwayne had been drinking and needed to pull over to get sick. He got out of the car and walked to the rear of the car. Trudy said, allegedly, that moments later she got out of the car to check on him, but he was nowhere to be seen. Trudy did not walk out into the desert part to look for him. She did not call 911, and she did not file a report. This really bothers me because I know what that area looks like and everything, and it's flat desert land, so the way I see it, if somebody's walking, you're going to see them for a while because there's no trees or anything like that. Anyway, Dwayne's family had no idea that he was missing. In fact, they did not find out that he was missing until late in March. Trudy has not been very helpful in the investigation. In fact, she claimed harassment when the mother of Dwayne asked what had happened. So now we're going to go ahead and bring up Dwayne's family. Hi, guys.
Hello.
So those of you who are,
Hi.
those of you who are new to our chat, a lot of you know who my group is, but those that are the ones that have been here, the ones that are new, I'm Brady and Nicole. You guys want to introduce your guys' selves, and then we'll let them.
I'm Nicole.
I'm Jason. Funky.
Thank you, Jason.
I'm Zach.
You want to introduce the family, Brady?
You guys want to introduce yourselves so you could tell them how you're related to Dwayne?
Hello, I'm Davina. Um, I'm Dwayne's older sister.
And that's his dad sitting next to you, am I right?
Oh yes, this is my dad, Junior Thomas. And go ahead, Jill.
Hello, I'm Julianne. I'm Davina's daughter. Dwayne is my uncle.
Hello, I'm Jeremiah, uh, Dwayne's son,
Glad
only
you guys
son.
glad you guys could be here to join us. Thank you everybody in chat for coming as well. So like we're gonna go ahead and start talking about the case and asking questions. If you guys don't want to answer a question, don't feel comfortable with it, please let us know. It's okay. We won't pressure you or nothing like that. We just want you to be able to say what you need to say to get his name out there and make people aware. So here we go. You guys ready? One of my first questions is going to be, how long has this case been silent? And like, what made you guys decide to go ahead and start pushing his name out there and fighting for awareness and for answers?
It's been silent for 14 years, ever since he disappeared. Because mostly the Navajo Nation Police Department wasn't very helpful. Because, like you said, when my mom started asking questions, Trudy called the Shiprock PD, and somehow a restraining order was put on my mom over the phone,
Unbelievable.
which stopped all investigation right there. So after they were informed that, my mom, she went to the Shiprock Police Department, and she was told that she can't investigate anymore because there was a restraining order on her, and there's no reason that she should be asking questions.
Wow. But they
Uh,
didn't ask questions either, right?
yeah. So my mom had to come home, and 2 weeks later, I think she got served here at the house. So we're from a place called Naughty Canyon. My family wanted to make sure that people knew that Dwayne was from Naughty Canyon, Arizona, and not Newcomb, New Mexico.
Okay. But that's where he was living, right? At the time
He
was
was
Newcomb.
he was, I guess, really off and on in Newcomb. Can't really say there was a permanent residence there.
Okay.
So yeah. So we lost my mom last year in April. Oh, March, sorry. And I guess at this point my Jeremiah, Dwayne's son, is 24 years old, and he's having a really tough time in life, and he's stuck at a night where his dad got attacked.
Yeah.
Because Jeremiah was present when his dad was attacked.
First off, I want to say I'm sorry that you're all going through this, and my prayers are with you guys. Can you take us back to that night that he went missing?
Okay, so um okay, maybe I should go a little further back. In June of 2010, um he was attacked in I'm thinking at a camping, a sheep camp or something like that, in the mountains. There was drinking, I guess, and he was attacked. One of Trudy's cousins hit him over the head with a metal bar.
Was one of
And
her cousins.
yes, and Jeremiah
Interesting.
was present there, and at that time, it took several people from Trudy's family to get him to the hospital.
Oh.
And so then in March, March of 2011, usually he calls my mom, frequently, like every 2 days, like constantly. There's no end to it. He's constantly calling, and my mom and him and my mom are very close. He tells her things, and he called her and he told her that, oh yeah, we're over here, we're eating, and I'm guessing he's with Trudy again. And Trudy has 3 kids from a previous relationship, and they're eating at a restaurant, is what he told my mom. And then that was the last time she heard from him. So right, like maybe like the first week, she kept talking about it. I remember she kept talking about it. Where's Dwayne? He's not calling me, you know. And I'm like, Mom, it's okay, he's probably just working. And that, like I said, like I told you guys, that's what I used to tell him. You don't bother working men. So, and then it really started like, I guess she was really worried about it the second week in March, and she was calling his phone, calling constantly, calling. And finally, I got a hold of Trudy on Facebook Messenger, and I asked her, "Hey, where's my brother?" And in that conversation, she started saying that I was harassing her also. Like, I'm just asking her, "Where's my brother? When's the last time you seen him? Where's he at?" And she,
So that was where it started, right? That's
yes.
how the whole thing started.
So,
How has like the since the disappearance, how has that affected your family? It sounds like you guys have a pretty close family, so I know things
um,
like this can sometimes tear families apart, but sometimes it makes families stronger as well. So,
Um, let me go back a little bit. And then I guess she told me that they were driving home from a dance that happened in Kayenta. And I was told that it was an Aces Wild dance. So it was just something that they like to do. I remember seeing them dance, and she said that they were coming back from there. He was drinking, and they stopped on the side of the road. He got out, and she said she went to go see him, and he asked for tissue. And then she went back to the car, and when she came back to him, he wasn't there. So that was it. It was just the two of them in a car. And so they drove from Newcomb to Shiprock. Is about maybe 30-45 minutes. From Shiprock to Red Mesa is about 45 minutes to an hour. So there, and then from Red Mesa to Kayenta is about another hour, I believe. So it's a pretty lengthy drive, and they were on their way back from the dance. But coming back to your question, our family, I saw my mom and my dad hurt. Um, they just wanted answers. They just wanted to see their son. And for me, it put me into depression. My brother, uh, me, my kids, my husband, my parents, and my brothers that were here at the house. We built a fire every night to pray and sing, just to try and summon him home, I guess. So that's how
You guys
we
coped.
met.
Tell us a little bit about your brother.
Sorry, guys. I don't know.
My brother is a very good guy. He's a very good guy. He loves laughing. He loves to sing. He loves to ask questions. He has a lot of questions. He's very loving to his parents. He's very loving to his son, especially. Even though his son's mom and him, they got apart. They were still friends in a way. He could call her for things, which is why I say he's a good guy. He loved to smile.
He had a beautiful smile too.
Thank you.
Yes, he had perfect teeth.
Right? And then he's very creative. He used to make fans for our religion, and he was just very inquisitive. He wants to know, he wants to ask questions, and he's also like just a good loving guy.
He looked like a very happy guy by his pictures.
Yeah, he was very happy.
And he's a twin, right? He's got a twin brother.
Yes, he has a twin. His twin's name is Dwayne, and my mom told me that they were 13 minutes apart. Dwayne.
Zach, did you want to say something? Thought I seen his hand go up for a second.
How would you describe his personality, passions, or dreams?
He's just a good guy. Like, everybody was his friend. He could go to the store, he could go to the casino, and you know what? He's always going to see someone. And you know what? He's not going to be like me and turn away from people. He's going to go up to the person and he's going to be like laughing and poking fun at them. That's how I remember my brother.
People person.
Yeah, very.
He's your social butterfly, huh?
Yeah, he's our social butterfly. That's what we were saying. And he was really passionate about making his life better for himself and his son. Because I can just remember, like the nice cars he had, the nice looking clothes. It's just he's just all about making himself better.
That's awesome.
Was Trudy ever? Oh, sorry, Zach. You had something to say, right? Sorry. Are you?
What did he love most? Any hobbies, favorite places, or people he was closest to?
He loved the rodeo also. Bucking bulls. Everything about rodeo. I mean, I've been to it, but it's hard to name every event. But he made time for that, and also the country western dancing. And he loved his son. I can remember Jeremiah once getting $500 bills. Just to have a part in taking care of him.
Yeah.
He loved his son the most. I know that about my brother.
Was Trudy ever questioned by the police? Like, I know they put the restraining order on your mom, but was she ever investigated for being there while, when this happened, being the last person who supposedly seen him?
I can tell you, I don't know.
Don't know.
I have no clue.
So,
Every time my mom went to the Navajo Nation Police Department, either in Shiprock, Kayenta, Tuba City, or here in Dilkon, they always had nothing. They always turned her way, for I don't know, for reasons like basically like we're no help. Why are you coming here? Like that.
He just wasn't like interested. Did they? So I'm taking it they never did like searches or had canines or anything go out. Did that ever happen?
I did call the Navajo Nation, the Dilkon Police Department, and I did file a report. I don't know what happened with that. I do not know of. Well, okay. Up until 2 days ago, I know of one search that was done at the milepost.
yeah, to my
That was,
understanding, they may be in a new update that somebody came forward.
yeah, I think it was like in 2016. I'm not really sure. 2020.
But when this first happened back in 2011, they didn't have
Nothing.
no search, no
Nothing.
nothing.
I heard there was a search like a couple years ago on the milepost.
Long time to wait for a search. That's terrible.
Yes, and then after we started back up, we got someone telling us that it didn't happen at the milepost. It happened in a totally different place.
So Trudy would have gave the police misinformation about where that was then.
Yes.
She didn't tell the truth.
Yes, and then it was in a totally different place. And there was not only Dwayne and Trudy, but there was 3 other people there. 2 male and 1 female.
I kind of believe that story a little bit more than the first story that she told.
So, were the new place he disappeared, like, is it like a bushy area or is it just desert that you could just see?
It's like you stand from one place, you can see for miles.
Yeah, it's flat and desert. There's nothing.
So it'd be hard not to see him walk away.
No, yes, it would be hard.
Yeah.
You would see somebody until they're a dot far away because there's nothing. And it's pretty flat, so yeah. And if she said
Michelle
that
asks, how old was Jeremiah? Does he remember his father?
he was 11 at the time, am I right?
Maya.
Might be with the babies. He has twin babies also. But was he 11, 10 or 11 at the time?
Somewhere around there. I think he said he's 24 and it's been 14 years, so he should have been around 10 or 11.
Yeah, I think he's Joanna's age.
Yeah, him and I are the same.
Sorry.
Yeah, he was 11 when all of that happened.
And when we talked to him the other day, he does remember his dad, actually. That's why he struggles right now. How was Dwayne's health at the time? Like, how was he in good shape and stuff when this happened? Like, was he healthy? Good.
He's very healthy. There's nothing wrong with him. He looks very like a normal healthy adult.
He did. He looks like a strong,
Walking
healthy
tall.
man.
Yeah, walking tall, walking strong, you know. That's Dwayne.
When he
So
went missing, like you guys had said that him and Trudy hadn't been together that long, right? Like they didn't know each other for like years or anything like that.
No, they were probably together less than a year.
But she knew the family, right? Somehow she through
Oh
him or
yeah.
whatever.
He's brought her here. He even brought her to a family fun days thingy that we had like in the summer.
Yeah.
He brought her there, you know. And the reason why I say that they like dancing is because my mom hired a guy to play country western music at that family fun days, and they were dancing, you know, laughing. It was pretty fun. So
So
yeah.
so knowing the family, that was what I was leading up to. So knowing the family, meeting him through you guys, meeting you guys through him and stuff, like how after he disappeared, did she keep any kind of relationship? Did she I know she did that with your mom with the harassment, but did she ever try to reach out at all? Ever try to with any of the family? Nothing.
No, nothing. Just total blank.
you don't have to answer this question. I mean, I know it's tough to talk about. I was just curious to see what you guys think may have happened.
I don't know.
It was just
What
never like him to just pick up and leave, especially, having his son.
Yeah.
It's not right, you know.
So it doesn't sound like the police did anything or got involved or anything like that when he first went missing. What about the news, media, anything? Was any of his story covered when he went missing?
we tried like reaching out to news outlets, and our nearest news outlet would be like Flagstaff, but and then in Phoenix, in the Phoenix area, those news outlets, they plain out told me, you know what, he's not missing from Arizona. You're gonna have to go to New Mexico. And then New Mexico. Oh, but he went missing in Arizona.
So nobody
So
wanted to.
yeah, and then there is a small blurb of him in the Navajo Nation Times, the online edition, but not the paper edition. And my parents really wanted to put out the paper edition because maybe then it'll catch the eye of someone out in the boondocks, something, but it never happened for them.
That's why we do what we do, is because I've seen this pretty much all of my life and stuff, and people don't realize how hard it is, especially like around the Four Corners. I know it's everywhere, but how hard it is to get that. My cousin that was murdered, that was in Utah, so it's like people don't realize how hard it is for anything to be covered like that, depending on who you are, or where you're from, or it's not easy.
Yeah.
They make it hard, they make it impossible, and they make you want to quit sometimes because they make you feel like a nobody. And that's
Yeah,
horrible. That's why we do what we do, because we want to give people like you guys a voice so where you can come and tell your story and hopefully somebody hears and it just keeps spreading and spreading and his name gets out there, his face gets out there.
thank you.
I think Zach has a question.
Were there any signs or feelings leading up to his disappearance that seemed off?
I want to answer that guy's question.
Go ahead.
But I don't know if Jeremiah wants to hear it. That's the part I don't want him to hear.
Okay, then forget that question. It's okay. That's fine. We can move on. Yeah, no, that's fine. We don't need to answer that question. That's perfectly fine. We want everybody to feel comfortable and safe. And so Dwayne worked out of town a lot, right? What did he do for a living?
Drywall hanger, I believe metal stud framer, and welding.
He's a hardworking man.
Yes.
Yeah. I know he's talking. I'm gonna keep going. What's the biggest challenge over the years for the family when it comes to like getting information on what happened or getting his name out there? What's been the biggest challenge for you guys? Pretty much like what we just said.
Well, as of right now, let's see. Last week on Monday, my dad and we went to the Dilkon Police Department to ask for a police report. They can't give you one because it's still an open case. And then I really, you know what, I was like overflowing with all sorts of information, you know, names of people that have been, you know, giving us with stories that they have. And, you know, I was overflowing with information. And the dispatcher, she said, oh, the missing person unit person isn't here. She left just a while ago. I mean, like I was ready to give names. And she just took her phone number and that was it. I haven't heard back from, well, we did hear back from her after the family started doing searches. And yeah, like she couldn't be bothered to write, to get a pen and to get a paper and write down what information I had. I couldn't even talk to a police officer. I mean, it was just like, oh, no report. Give me your phone number and bye. Have a good day.
So 14 years later, it's the same as when it happened. Just
yes, I was so hurt.
I just almost cussed. I had to stop myself.
I was
very frustrating.
like, my day started out as, oh, you know what, I'm gonna get a lot of answers today. And then when I came home from the police department, you know what, I was so tired. I was drained. I was mad. I was like, this is what my mom felt. This is what my mom felt all that time.
Yeah. Unreal. Nicole, did you have a question?
No, I feel like every question I have written down, you guys have answered just during the conversation. But yeah, that's very frustrating. Is there anything in particular, like where do you go from here? What do you plan to do next, or kind of what are you guys working towards now?
My family, they decided, okay, so they're not going to do anything. So they decided to go do a search on their own at the place that the girl gave us the information, you know, where she said it was a different place. We decided to check that out, and
I'm sorry to cut you off. I don't want you to say anything about we talked about the other day. I just making sure. Just making sure. I'm like, stop, wait, stop. Hold on, wait a minute.
So yeah, they started doing searches. So hopefully that we can still do them. We're not sure right now if we can still do them. But yeah.
So did Trudy and Dwayne have like mutual friends that might have known the family that would be willing to come out, or is that what this other lady is? Like the lady you said it was, another lady came forward, her husband, and another guy. Am I correct?
Yes.
So it makes me wonder, this lady to be coming out all of a sudden, is she still with her husband that was there at the time that happened?
No,
Is that why she's coming forward now?
I
Like,
I don't know, but
but she's not with him.
she's not with him.
Okay. I was curious about that.
Julianne or Jeremiah, you want to say anything?
Um, I just really want, my family to get, these answers. I grew up with Jeremiah, we're the same age, and just seeing him go through this, it was just hard. So I just want, everyone to feel good again.
I
And
just want to hug her right now.
I know.
What I do know, and by listening to y'all are very close and support each other, and that's it's what it's going to take. Just be
My,
there for
yeah.
each other, and
yeah, my next question is probably, she's already crying, but my next question was going to be, what do each one of you, including Dad, miss about him the most when you think about him? Like, what goes through your head? What do you miss?
His happiness, just being a little kid. It was just so nice, to see him so happy all the time. He was just a happy guy. That's
Sounds
what
like
I just miss seeing him smile.
I would say one thing I missed the most was every time he would come to my grandma's place where me and my mom used to live.
Mhm.
He would always come with like a gift or present for me.
oh,
And the one thing he would always do was he would hold his arms out. Then he would just say, Maya. And he would just give me a big hug. That's one thing I really miss.
we know that he loves you.
For me, I miss his hugs. For I he just gave me a really big hug. Like he just it was very comforting.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
And Dad, did he want to say anything or?
No.
Okay.
What about on the other side of that? What are your favorite memories of him?
I have a memory of Julie and him. So he once gave me. I told him, this is what Julie wants, and I told him, it's $40, and at that time it was just like a lot for me. So I told him, and it was like a little cart, a grocery cart that had like a little menu tablet on top where she could scan little groceries. And he gave me the money for that. And she was
Oh,
just so happy and thrilled with it. That's my favorite memory of them.
Cute.
Oh,
he sounds like a really great guy.
Really
yeah.
does.
Yeah.
I think my favorite memory with him, one time him and Jeremiah's mom, my auntie Dara, they took me out for the day. They took me shopping. And when I got home, I was just so happy. I had new Western clothes and I was just so happy. And that's what I miss about him. He's, like Maya said, he spoiled us.
Very
He was
loving
just
and giving.
fun to be around.
Did the family have any support from the community when this happened, or even now? Has anybody reached out?
No. I was telling you a couple days ago that most of the people in our community, yeah, they first reached out. They, I don't know, we're just here, I guess. But then after a while, it was like, oh, don't go near them; they're contagious. Like you might catch this disease like that. Nobody wanted nothing to do with my parents anymore.
Unbelievable.
It
People,
was, and the only monetary support that they got from our local chapter house was $100.
wow.
Yeah, I just have, I have to live in this community. I have to somehow be a support to this community, but you know what? In a lot of ways, it's turned its back on us a long time ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I can even say that about the Navajo Nation Police Department.
I'm sorry. That's terrible. I had a question for Doro and his twin, and he's not here. He was supposed to be here with us tonight, you guys, but he couldn't make it. He is watching though. Maybe you guys can answer this for him, or kind of maybe. I know it's hard for any family member when somebody goes missing, but twins usually have like a special bond from the very beginning, from birth, and this has to be super hard on him. Like, how has he handled it? How has it affected his life, being his twin?
Him and Dwayne went all over the place for jobs, the better jobs. After this happened, he stopped. It was like he was put on pause, and that happened to my parents and I. We were put on pause for like a whole year, like just waiting,
Yeah.
like just waiting for Dwayne to come through the doors. And finally, he decided that he was going to go to welding school. He said, I can't just sit here and wait, because what happens if he comes back and we're just sitting here waiting? What was he going to say to us? So he went to Texas, or no, Oklahoma, and he poured himself into, learning this new trade. And he's been doing that for 14 years.
And Jeremiah, I know this is really hard for you, and We talked about this the other day, and you don't have to answer it now if you don't want to. I know you being the only child, this had to be, or has to be still to this day, super hard on you. How did it affect you growing up, not knowing and not having answers? Like, how was you, how did you deal with it, and how are you now? Again, you don't have to answer.
Um, it affected me to a point where I lost motivation in what I like to do. I stopped playing sports, and I stopped going to our traditional meetings. And I had a hard time just waking up every day, like with that
Can imagine.
question the back of my head, and everyone's telling me to not dwell on it, but it was hard not to.
I'm sorry. That's heartbreaking. Have any organizations reached out to you guys, missing person organizations, or have you reached out to any?
Um, he was put in a NamUs. My parents and my brother, they um, gave their DNA, and also my parents, they went to last year's missing person day in Window Rock. That's the capital of our reservation. Um, and there, once again, they gave their DNA, my parents. So, and I'm not really sure of any other organization.
Okay. Back to the lady that came forward and is now has a different story of a whole new location and new people that was there, including herself. Have the names of the guy, well, obviously her husband, ex-husband, but the other guy that was supposedly with them, has anybody heard anything about him, his name, anything?
No, I've been trying to ask her these past couple of days, and she just says that she's not really sure. Because that's the night that they met him. Um, I I just keep thinking to myself, why would you pick up a third guy, or why would you pick up another guy?
Right.
Because there's already a wife and a husband. There's already two couples. Why would you guys invite another guy?
Especially to drive 2 hours away that you don't know.
Yeah,
I
and
don't.
like if you
Mm,
don't know him, why would you trust him?
yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me. I would hope now, like putting his name out there again, and like even being on here, and we know people that also watch our channel, and people in my personal life that are know things without saying about them. Hopefully this can get you guys out there again, and maybe we can, I don't know, it would be really nice for the news to finally pick this up. And if we all scream loud enough and keep pushing, somebody has to listen sooner or later.
Right.
But
And yeah, even at Red Mesa, the community. I'm sorry, that's our water pump.
that's okay.
But at Red Mesa, that community, they started getting territorial when my family was there for 2 days searching. It's just like, why would you not want answers for someone? They're
Well,
none of your business, but they're you can see that they're on a mission. Why would you want to mess that up from them?
or even who are you trying to protect, or why is this such a secret? Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And where this place is at is very it's very like it like it's a very like canyon area, like I'm not saying it right, but anyways, so people dump trash at this place. There's a lot of places that are blocked off because I'm guessing illegal dumping.
Hmm.
But it's like I think it's like a maybe 5 mile span of just chasms, and like every couple of feet, there's like trash dumps. There's like, and it's quite gross, but it's I don't know. It looks very suspicious around there.
Yeah. When he went missing, did he have any belongings with him that you guys knew of, or did he have a phone or anything that you guys have noticed is missing?
We were missing his glasses. Well, he does wear glasses, and then his phone. And to my knowledge, they were still in the vehicle. So
They were still in Trudy's vehicle?
yes, and that vehicle is no longer a car; it's a truck.
So so the police didn't search it and get his stuff and go through his phone and
No, we did our no, we didn't do our best because, like I said, there was a roadblock at every place we turned. But um, I I don't know.
they didn't give you
We
guys any information to
we
know
have
anything, it sounds like.
Yeah, we have no information whatsoever if there was, if they were interrogated. And it sounds like even if there was an interrogation, it was only her. But um, I I have nothing. I don't know about that.
Okay. So then what is your next step as a family? Because obviously nobody else out there is helping. What is your next step, like as far as like coming here and starting to spread awareness, and how are you guys planning? What's your next step to like keep his name out there? Do you have
Um,
any plans for that?
well, I started a TikTok page. It's called Let's Find Dwayne. Uh, I'm learning how to do that. Never tried, you know, before, but I'm learning how to do that. And I also have a Finding Dwayne Thomas Facebook page. Um, and just trying to keep his name out there, and also trying to work with investigators, and maybe get get the canine, the search and rescue. But we plan on trying to keep searching, if anything.
If you guys like decide later to like start like some kind of fundraisers for like billboards or search teams or like whatever, know that you can come back and give us your information and we can help put that out there as well to share so people can help. I do have a TikTok and I was in the process of changing it over, but I did post the video that I made of Dwayne on there. So if you want to find me on there, you can. You can share that video.
Thank you.
Hmm.
And we've been dropping the links for your Facebook and TikTok in the chat, as well as the police department information to contact if anyone has any information to give.
Yeah.
So hopefully, so anyone in chat, make sure you go and like the page and, you know, all the things so
Share,
you
share,
can
share.
help support the family.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Zach. Sorry.
What do you wish people understood about families who have missing loved ones?
Um, that it's not contagious. um, that it's okay to, you know, be some sort of comfort. Um, it's not like a club we signed up for. We are just thrown into it.
It just blows my mind that Trudy was the last known person to have been seen with him or been with him, and it doesn't sound like she's been thoroughly checked out. And I
And
hear this so much in cases, and it just blows my mind. Sorry,
it
Funky.
don't seem like she's being helpful at all, and
No.
especially with the false location. So
I would have thought that right there would have been enough to have her arrested for giving them false information, but some places just don't care, and it stinks. Is there anything that you guys want to share about Dwayne, each one of you, like his personality and stuff? Is there something that you think that we should know or the public should know about him? Not anything like deep, but just like him, just like him. I know you guys said to me he sounds like a great guy and stuff, but I know there has to be more to him. Like,
There's so much to name. List. Just that he liked being here at home. He liked, you know, buying gifts for his mom. He liked working. He's a hard worker. And he liked working with my dad. My dad took them a lot of places to find work. And he never excluded anybody. You know, he was just very warm and friendly. I mean, too friendly. Like
so
said, like I could like see someone I know and I'll be like, okay, like walk away really fast. But he'll be over there like shaking hands and, you know, picking on people. That that's just that's Dwayne for you. And these past couple of weeks, we've been, you know, having family meetings about, you know, updates on this and that. And our family searches consist of my mom's nieces and nephews, my mom's uh, family, and it's really brought us together. I mean, we were estranged from each other for almost a whole year after my mom passed away. But this has brought us together, and my daughter Julie was saying, "Hey, what if this is Dwayne's experiment? You know, him being the social butterfly that he is."
yeah.
So
If Dwayne was watching right now or is watching right now, is there anything each one of you want to say to him?
that's what I was gonna ask, Brandy.
Oh, I read your mind.
well, I miss him, and I've always, you know, ever since I started my page, I'm always telling him I miss him and I love him. I did go into depression, you know, blaming myself about how far this has gone. But I do miss you and love you, Dwayne. I mean, I made a TikTok that says, you know what, if anything, I wish you'd just walk through my doors. And that's how I really feel.
Julianne and Jeremiah, you want to say anything to him if he's watching?
I just want to say that I love you, Dwayne. It was a nice childhood with him in my life, and I miss him. I just pray that he comes home.
I would just tell him I love him, and he didn't leave me on purpose. And it's would tell him that his two beautiful granddaughters, and I gave the middle name he gave me. I gave it to my oldest twin.
That's sweet. Do you guys have any more questions? Nicole, Funky, Zach?
I just want to say thank you for sharing
Yeah.
his story with us, and hopefully that this will get out and keep his name out there, and you guys, and we all can get answers.
And with that,
Yes.
even after this live ends, um, we don't end. So if you guys have my phone number, you guys know our Facebook and our YouTube. If you ever want to do this again with an update, or if you want to talk or to vent or to absolutely anything, we're here and we're not going anywhere. So don't think that we're done just because we
Yeah.
did a live with you.
Anything you guys need.
Could I
Absolutely.
just
Thank you
could I
guys.
just say some more?
Yes, go ahead,
Yes, of
Jeremiah.
course.
Yes,
I just wanted to add on to that favorite memory that we had
yes.
with him. And I remember one time he picked me up from my mom, and we were going to the store or to the nearest town. And at the time, he had a Dodge Charger, and I was sitting in the back, and I got car sick, and I threw up in the back of his car.
You.
And but he never got mad at me. Just I just wanted to tell that memory just to show
Shows how much he
show how
loves
he
you
was.
because, yeah, that shows how much he loves you because I would have jumped out. I'm just kidding. I can't do you. Just kidding.
And also wanted to elaborate on when he got attacked.
Mhm.
Went on that camping trip.
Yes.
Um, when I was there, I remember little of it, but I seen what happened, and him and Trudy were arguing from a far distance. I couldn't hear what they were saying, but and all I seen was her brother or cousin running from the back with a long pipe, and I remember it hit him in the head, and he dropped to the ground. But after a little while, he got back up, and I'm glad he was wearing his belt cowboy hat, which I'm thinking it really protected his head from that.
Wow. And that incident happened, that was the June before he went missing, so almost a year, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And nothing ever happened with that either. Nobody was charged with assault or anything like that.
No.
Nothing. I did get his name though.
I just can't
And
wait till the other names come out of who was actually in that car.
I remember that night we got down from there. My mom was coming to pick me up in the morning. Me and my dad slept in his truck. And I remember how sleep. Me laid out on the seat and just in his lap.
Oh,
And I remember asking him, why can't we go home? Why can't we go home? But he would tell me she has the keys. And me and my dad slept in the truck that night. And Trudy would just come out just to start the vehicle and then pull the keys out while the truck was still running.
She does not sound like a
very
very
nice.
nice person.
But I just wanted to tell that.
Thank you for
Yeah.
sharing that, Jeremiah.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
thank
appreciate it.
thank
I
I'm
you.
sorry
know,
you had to witness that.
yeah, I know this
Very
is hard
sad.
for you, and I'm sorry too.
The way I understand, Dwayne, or what I've been telling you all evening, is that he's a good guy. And I think that even when he was drinking, he was a good guy. And but it was her. She would like go up to him, taunt him, push him around, telling him to hit her. Um, and calling him names. It that's I guess that's just the type of person she is, because I have names of exes of hers that have reported that her cousins have beat them up also.
Wow.
Yeah, they need to investigate her.
Yeah, definitely. Like I just blows my mind that that didn't happen a long time ago. And I don't know why it really bothers me with the lady that's coming out now. I'm glad somebody's coming out, whether she's able to help or not help. But it's just kind of funny, like the timing. And then again, that's why I asked about, is she still with her husband that supposedly was in that car that night? Maybe that's why she feels safer coming out now or something. She knows something.
Yeah,
And the same thing with Trudy, like giving the wrong mile marker and everything back then. Why did she do that? Because she knew she was lying,
yeah.
probably. Like, it doesn't.
Well, I mean, if you really think about it, okay, I'm driving down the road and my husband decides to get out on the road. I'm not really going to notice the mile marker, you know?
That
Um,
too.
Yeah,
yeah,
That too.
but she had to have a story.
Right.
So,
that's a good
that,
point.
That is a
yeah,
very good point.
yeah, that was like one of the things that jumped out at me is when she gave me that mile marker. So I wrote that mile marker down and I just put it in a safe place. You know what? Okay, this is what she gave me. That means that, she had to make a story up.
Right. And then for this other lady to come forward and say, nope, that wasn't the spot. There's something about that too. There's something with that as well.
Yeah.
And Zach, I think Zach had something to say.
Go ahead, Zach.
I just want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for sharing Dwayne's story and wanting to shine light on wanting to continue to find him.
Yes,
Thank you. Thank
absolutely.
you so much for that.
So I can't see the chat, kind of. If anybody in our group wants to look at it and see if any of them have any questions that are, sometimes our chat has some pretty good questions, and I miss them because I can't see. Hey, Dean. I did see that.
I don't know if you can
I
see
don't
it.
really see any questions. I think people who maybe
Uh,
know the family.
Zach, can you blow that screen up for her?
Okay,
Sorry,
so
Nicole.
this is a map of Red Mesa. Right here is the, I think, or the house, the store, or IHS housing. So right here would be the milepost, but this over here is where they said right around here.
So I was going to point, like, if you could see me. So the one at the bottom is where Trudy
Right
allegedly
here.
says where he
Yeah.
was. And the up where you pointed at the top is where the other lady's saying they
Yes.
really were. Wow. Okay, that's wow.
Quite a distance away,
Yeah.
it seems.
And I just feel like this other lady that's coming forward I'm sure she's already heard the story of where this Trudy claims that the mile marker was, and if it was like a made up story, why would she say no? Here's another place where it was. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just doesn't make sense
Yeah.
that she would do that for no reason.
And Trudy, if you're out there, I mean, please come forward. Tell what happened. This is a family. They are missing a loved one. You wouldn't want one of your loved ones missing. So I pray that you do the right thing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
been
I mean, I think
14
you can
years.
see it has affected many generations of a family. I mean, everybody in the whole family, it affects and changes their entire, life for the rest of their life. It's just an awful situation that nobody should have to go through, and especially not because of, somebody else's decision or poor choices or
Right.
whatever, allegedly, I guess. But yeah, it's heartbreaking. I don't know how anyone could even live with themselves if they know.
Yeah, it's been 14 years. Give them some peace. Give them some
Yes.
answers. Help this family. And if anybody out there is watching that may or may not have been in that car but knows something, if you see something, say something. If you know something, say something. Like, give the family some peace. Give them answers that they need.
Right.
Like,
Even if you weren't there, if you heard stories from other people, I'm sorry, Brady, did I cut you off?
no, go ahead.
Um, if you've heard stories, if you've heard anything, if any of these people who may have been involved or been there that night have said, privately what happened or what may have happened or whatever, even come forward with that. Go to the police about that. Give them any tip that you have, whether it's big or small, whether you think it's a big deal or not. It could be what helps this family get closure. So make sure you come forward with
Exactly.
absolutely any information.
Sometimes it is the smallest little clue that somebody thought wasn't important that can actually solve a case or, you know, find the right answers, give the right
And
answers.
if the
Anything, if you know.
police are not willing to help, I mean, tell us what you heard.
Yeah,
Maybe we can help with that.
yeah, you just never know. And like I said, people share this and everybody in chat share it. Everywhere that you can, everybody make sure and hit the like button so it gets further out in the algorithm and their family's heard and Dwayne's name is out there and they get some answers that they need. Like, we're going to go ahead and watch a video real quick and we'll
Zach,
come
cut
back.
the
Okay, go ahead, Zach. Sorry.
Brady.
Yes.
I just got word that my uncle Darwin is home now. I don't know if
Okay.
it's too late for him to
No,
join.
it's not.
Oh, okay.
We don't have an appointment. Go ahead, Zach.
Okay, I'll let his wife know.
We don't have an appointment. Why did I say that? We don't have. We're fine. Go ahead. We
We're
don't have
here
an
for you
appointment. It's
guys.
9 o'clock. Yeah, this is your time. This is why we do this. so you guys can have a voice. If you want to do this all night, we'll do this all night. If you want to come back and do it again, we'll come back and do it again. There's no time limit. Besides, I'm a night owl. We could
He
do this till
asks how
5 in
could
the
the
morning.
family get records of the cell phone of the last time it was used?
Did they go back and ping back then, like they do now, to ping phones?
I don't know.
It's just so hard, like, because they haven't gotten answers from the very beginning, and so any information that they could have had back then, they're definitely not going to get it from the police department right now. It's going to take a lot, and that's why I say, I have police in my family. I know some great police, but I also know some not so great police, and it's been 14 years. We just have to keep being loud and keep pushing. If you don't, it's just going to continue to be ignored because obviously they're not going to bring it up. They're not going to talk about it, and that's what we're here for. Is that it, everybody? So we're going to watch a video, and then we'll come back and say goodbye to chat and to you
Well,
guys and
I
stuff.
think
Oh wait, no, the uncle's coming out,
Oh,
or
that's right.
the
That's right. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I forgot she just said that.
while we
I
wait
didn't
for
know.
him to come on, I just wanted to whenever we do watch the video, a few things I just wanted to tell everyone to watch for is there are a few pictures of the area. I think that map that Dee just shared is in there, so you can kind of see the area and how flat it is, and how, I mean, like Brady had said earlier, you are going to be able to see him walking for miles, basically.
You can. There's
And
nothing.
then there's also pictures of him and his twin brother, who, they're identical twins, and it's they're definitely identical twins. It's just neat to see that. So just a
I'm
few
just really
things to,
jealous of their smiles.
I know they have such
Their
gorgeous smiles.
teeth are unreal.
I've been always jealous of their smiles.
Beautiful smiles.
Yes.
I just had to say that because I am.
Mm-hmm.
I think all my brothers have smiles like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did they
and
get that from mom or from dad?
from mom.
Mom.
From mom, definitely. And us girls got our dads.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I
You
don't
do look a
know
lot
if
like your dad.
it may have been said early in the beginning, but and your mom had passed away a year ago, right? Just last year.
Yeah, yeah.
So
She she had an aneurysm, a brain aneurysm. So it was really, really quick.
Yeah.
Was,
My mother had one of those too. She didn't make it 3 times, but they kept bringing her back. But those are.
Yeah, it was very traumatic. And it still is,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
My heart breaks that she didn't get the answers that she needed at the time. But I guess, the bright side of that, not that there's a bright side, but she's watching all of you right now and she does know where he's at. She,
yeah.
she got answers. So I just pray something happens. I pray that you guys get answers. And like I said, man, if we can somehow get this on the news or get it, I don't know, billboard, something, the closest place to you guys, I know it's pretty remote area. I know it's where would be the nearest probably big area where a billboard would be.
Darwin's having a hard time logging on, so he's give it a few more minutes.
Okay. No problem. I'll just keep talking. That's what I do best.
Like those billboards that we helped the other family with. What was there's digital, right, Nicole?
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, there's Lamar, um what is it called? Lamar Media or Lamar something. I can't think of the other word now.
We have it somewhere.
Yeah, yeah, and they have digital billboards, and they will donate space to families of that are missing loved ones.
What was
Yeah,
it?
And
we were able to get 2 billboards for the last case that we did with the young girl named Suede, but we have, like, after the show and stuff, we have the information for that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I was asking, like, where would be the nearest area to Newcomb or wherever you guys are at
The
now.
nearest one would probably be Shiprock,
That's what I thought. Chevron.
Farmington maybe,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe Gallup.
mhm.
I'm from Farmington.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. You know the area.
Yep, that's why I say I know that area. I know what it looks like. So when you guys said, I'm like, it's pretty flat, no trees. She could see somebody's not telling the truth.
Yep.
How long did she say, like, what made them just decide to leave when he walked off? Because I mean, how long did they wait? Did they just decided, okay, he's not going to come back, we're going to go?
I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know. What the girl is saying is they look they didn't go they didn't go looking. They like maybe like scanned the area, but then they left. It was like
Hard to lose
3 o'clock
someone in wide open spaces.
Yeah,
2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and they went home, or they went to a home right there's their home in Red Mesa at this housing. They went there, went to sleep, came back, searched for him again, and they did find his glasses on the road or something like that.
I
And
don't care how drunk you are,
They
how
needed
mad
to
you
talk.
are, anything. I could never just leave somebody out,
Yeah.
especially out there and in the dark and not be. No, I couldn't do that. I don't know, like Nicole said, how some people can sleep with themselves because
And
there's
they
no
should have
way.
got help.
Hmm.
yeah,
Darwin's here. He's
Yeah,
on
I
my
was great.
account. That's
Okay.
why there's 2 profile pictures.
I was
Okay.
going to say, welcome, Darwin.
Hi,
Hi,
Darwin.
Darwin.
Nice to have you here.
Hello.
Thank you for
How are
joining
you?
us.
So, I don't know if you were listening before what we had talked about. Do you have any questions or anything you want to add? I had asked a question about you, and I don't know if you want me to go back and ask it and get your response
Yeah,
or,
you can go ahead and ask me because I was driving and sometimes I would lose you guys. Sometimes, then when
yeah.
I get service again, it comes back on again.
Okay. So my question for you was, I had said that I know it's hard for any family member to have somebody go missing, but I know, like, you being his twin, um, there's a bond since birth. You guys bonded in the womb. And so, the same with Jeremiah, that's his son. But with you, I wanted to know, how did this affect you being your twin? I know a lot of twins have, they feel each other's vibes, they feel each other's emotions and everything. And I'm just, again, you don't have to answer it. I'm just wondering how it's affected your life. People,
Yeah, I
I
mean, for me myself, it's I couldn't imagine it for my brother to go this way. I couldn't imagine it, but I mean, one thing that I went by is how his lifestyle was. In a way, I had that drive to do bigger and better things and accomplish more in life than just sit around and wait for somebody.
Yeah.
So I went out of my way to do that. And one of the things that he liked doing was the industrial work, ironworking, uh, welding, and I pursued that. And that's what I do nowadays. I work as a pipe welder and structural welder, and I've been doing that for the past 15 years now.
So you fulfilled that for both of you. You
So
both
yeah,
went.
just what he enjoyed the most.
Yeah.
I pursued that, and it makes me stronger. It makes me
Yeah.
stronger, and yeah, the lonely and the sad, the sad side of life. Yeah, it's there, but I just don't. I just don't feel like being in, being stuck in one place and not ever do something for myself,
I'm sure he
because
wouldn't want you
that's
to
that's
not.
what that's what that's what he would have wanted me to do,
Right.
to go on, and no matter what, to strive and accomplish more in life.
Right. Absolutely. And I had asked them before also, if Dwayne's watching right now, what would you want to say to him?
Um well, at one point, me and him, we basically grew up together. We did everything together. And at one point, when he was going through what he was going through with his relationship, he told me that maybe he was looking out for me, and he told me that one time to if I ever find myself cornered, not if I ever found myself cornered and not knowing where to go or lost, he told me that there's a way back home, and there's all kind of trails that lead back to home, and all these trails that lead back to home.
That's powerful.
And
Very.
he told me that if I ever found myself in trouble, you know where to go. You know which road, which um trails lead back to home, so you don't find yourself lost or anything like that. So that's what he told me at one time, and I feel the same for him. If he ever feels like he's in trouble, cornered, not knowing which way to turn, he knows that road and he knows them trails back home.
That's beautiful.
So
Hmm.
I I would like to say that to him, if he's watching.
Dwayne, there's a lot of people out there who love you and want you to come back home. So if you're listening, please reach out to one of them, somebody. Do you?
Dorwin, do you have a favorite memory of Dwayne that you would like to share?
Um, me and him, we used to tease Jeremiah a lot when he was a baby. Me and him, we each of us wore glasses. We just basically looked the same.
Mm-hmm.
So we used to always play around with Jeremiah.
You didn't know who his dad
I
was.
would, I would, I would maybe his dad would take his glasses off and he would go for me. I would put my glasses back on. He would go for his dad.
Oh,
just like that, we used to do that a lot, and that's probably like one of the ones that stands out.
Oh,
Well, Jeremiah has that coming to him when he gets old. When his girls get older too, they might play that same trick on him too.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. Is there anything else you wanted to share about him? Want people to know about him?
Oh, share about him, what you know about what you.
Oh, what was that?
Is there anything that you want people to know about him or that you want to share about him? You think people should know or would?
Uh, um, I just I know his likes and I know his dislikes, and I think just the way he would act and just the way he would talk, just the way he would go do things, you know, it's kind of like I see myself more like him. You know, just the activities that he was into. You know, he liked to play basketball. He liked to play softball. He liked to go rope. He liked to go working. He liked to dress as a cowboy.
It sounds like he just loved life.
It
Yeah,
does.
I mean, yeah, he was like that. Then at the same time, he was kind of like on the he was kind of like on the he wasn't that serious. He liked to joke around, tease. He liked to, you know, just pick on people, on
Me
relatives
too.
that we had.
I like to do that
And
too.
I never saw him to where he would be a mean person or violent person or or criminal or anything like that. In a way, I saw him not being a fighter. He's more like a lover.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
Yeah,
Sounds like he had a really
yeah,
big heart and loved life.
yeah.
You know.
So that's probably like, you know, I mean, when my sister was talking about him, my niece was talking about him, his son was talking about him, you know, I kind of like, they kind of in a way they kind of describe me also.
Yeah. Not only do you guys look alike, you did everything alike.
Yeah, so you know, then I always say to myself, you know, they just by just by um just him being with the round crowd and not knowing where he went, you know, in a way, I think that, you know, they they never got rid of us
Right.
because I'm still here.
Right. Absolutely. That was like why I had asked earlier about how
So
does it about you about that bond at birth, you know, from
yeah,
you'll have that the rest of
so
your life and it'll always be there.
so you know, I mean, I there's probably a lot of things that I go through. There's probably a lot of things that um challenges that go along with what we're talking about. You know, I always try to talk and act like there's nothing wrong with me. You know, just try to be that uplift for my family. Yeah, I always did my best to look at it like that.
Yeah.
And you know, I mean, I apply myself to my mom's teachings, to my dad's teachings, and I always try to stand up like that. And my older siblings, you know, they look up to me to where like I'm the older brother or something like that.
Yeah.
So, you know, I try to be that strong person.
Well, it sounds like you're doing a good job at it. They
Yeah.
seem to think the world of you as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great.
So then thank you for having me.
I'm glad that I know it can't be easy for any of you. And I'm just grateful that you guys came, and like even as hard as it is, this gives you guys a voice, and this gives Dwayne a voice, and somebody's going to hear it. We're just going to keep pushing. And like I told the rest of the family before you came on, we'll still be here after this live. Like, you can keep in contact. You guys have our Facebook, our YouTube, my phone number, whatever. You guys, like, feel free to reach out, any updates or for anything. And if we can't do something or help, we can find somebody that can. We could do our best to. So just know that we're still here after this.
Yeah, then one thing again is that whenever this happened, there's there's a lot of ways. There's a lot of ways that he kind of like let me know that um in a way, not no longer here in a physical form. In my dreams, he's always in my bit. He's always been in my dreams, but I never really opened up to talk about it, to talk about it this way, because my mom, she always looked at it to where he just went off and he's somewhere and he's gonna come back. But me myself, in my dreams, he told me that he's not in a physical form here like we are.
But he's
So
still
so
with
many
you.
times, so many times he he showed me, he told me.
Whether he is or he
So I
isn't, he will always be with you in your heart and your soul. You've got that
yeah,
connection.
yeah. So that's that's what I want to mention too. Also, you know, just 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 by what he showed me, just by what he
Yeah.
told me in my dreams.
Either way, it would be nice for your family to finally get answers and be able to have some kind of closure.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
So,
I mean, for the longest time, it seems like we were just silent about it and
mhm.
nobody not doing anything about it.
Yep.
And this is like the first time it seems like it came back up and we're actually doing something about it now.
Yeah.
Thanks to my wife. She's that person that really wants to help get answers and get closure on this.
Yeah. I'm glad that you guys are doing it now and coming forward. My family went through something like that, and we did the whole silent thing for many of years. It took 30 years for us to finally, fight and speak up. I had some cousins of my cousin that passed away, their sisters that decided no more. We're not being silent no more. And sure enough, it was solved, you know.
Yeah,
So I'm glad you guys are doing it now, and I pray that you guys get answers soon.
yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And if there's, again, we've said this a few times, but if there's anything at all that we can do for you guys, we're always here for anything we can help with. We'll do what we can to help. Also, if you're interested in going on other platforms or anything like that, or interviewing with other creators, we can help get you guys in touch with a few others that we know have integrity and would, um,
Yes.
have great platforms and probably more resources. They've been around a little bit more than we have, a lot longer than we have. But
Yeah, we haven't been doing this very long.
yeah, but they've been really great and supportive of us, and I know that they would all be happy to have you guys on too if you guys ever decide that you want to do that. And I'll also drop some of their links in the chat as well if you want to sub up to them. But yeah, anything at all that we can help with, we're always here. So
We started this
Yes,
page
I appreciate that.
we started this page like 6 months ago, and we actually started doing lives maybe a month ago now. We do one a week if we can. And we have great people that we know, each one of us, and we have great support from other channels and from just friends that are in there and from our own families and stuff. And I'm grateful that we're able to let you guys speak and tell your story. I feel like it's important when the family tells their story because people get to hear it from the heart. That's why I don't like to do the whole scripted thing to sit there and just read somebody's story. Like, to me, it's just important for the family
Yeah.
because, like I said, my family went through that and it didn't really do anything until it actually was picked up by the news and stuff like that. And
If you guys, Arctic Fox just now said that he would love to have you on his show, so we can put you in contact with him.
he's a friend of our channel, with
Yeah.
a friend of ours. But yeah, just reach out to us after the live whenever you want, and we can hook you up with whoever or whatever that you want. Not whatever we can.
yes.
Good, thank you.
Yeah.
And always have
Yeah.
faith, hope, and love.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Um,
I appreciate that. And I just want to say, anything to anything anything to get his story out.
absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. So we're gonna go ahead. Oh, go
Bratty,
ahead.
real
Nicole.
quick.
Yeah.
Anna in chat asked, she said, Bratty, you mentioned that your family went through something similar. What would you suggest for the family?
I would suggest, like I said, it took a lot of years for my family to speak up. I mean, they tried at first, and same thing, the same kind of roadblocks and the same kind of you don't matter type of feeling. And my family is also, like I said, I'm part Native, part Latina, and my family, I come from where this family comes from, and a lot of it's the same. We're taught a certain way on what we can say and what we can't say, what people want to listen to, what they won't listen to, and made not to feel as important sometimes. People can say, oh, that's not true, but in reality, it is in a lot of ways. I would say this is a good start. Don't give up. Let's keep pushing the name. Let's keep pushing his picture. Somebody out there somewhere knows something, and if the police department, nobody's going to do anything about it, well, then we got to be even louder. So somebody has to listen, and it's going to make that police department sooner or later pay attention too, because their name's going to get put out there. Like I said, I support police. I have police in my family, so I don't mean it like that, but you just got to keep being heard. Just keep going. Keep your faith. Just keep going. Don't
Yeah.
give up.
Yeah.
Don't give up.
I imagine it's got to be, I'm sorry, Bratty, go ahead.
Dwayne deserves to be found, and you guys deserve answers, and we're here for it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I imagine it's got to be really discouraging to, just keep getting turned away constantly and not getting answers, but just keep pushing. I mean, pester the crap out of them if you have to, do whatever you have to, but don't let them forget, don't let them just push you off and forget about it again. It's time for them to stand up and do their job like they should have done
Thank
14
you.
years ago.
I know how hard it is, like when something like that first happens. Because like I said, you just feel like you're not important, like what you're saying isn't getting anybody's attention, like you just kind of back up. And then like I said, where we come from, a lot of the family will just be like, just don't say nothing, like afraid that people are going to turn on you, turn on us, or whatever. And after watching that with my family and other families and doing what we do now, um I'm like at the point where I'm not saying do this. I'm saying me, myself. I'm like, that's why I started this. I'm like, no, just go full force. There's nothing, you're not going to lose anything over 30 years. You're not going to lose anything over 40 years. You know what I mean? Just keep going.
Yeah.
I don't care whose feelings get hurt or whatever. That's me. That's how I feel.
That's how this is making me to where, you know what? I don't care if your feelings get hurt. I mean,
Your feelings were hurt for 14 years already.
right.
Let's go ahead and watch this video, and then we'll come back and say our final thoughts and stuff and go ahead and close down. But yeah, everybody in chat, don't forget to hit the thumbs up and like and share, help get their names and stories out there. But let's go ahead and watch the video. Zach, if you want to go ahead and play that.
Think about you all the time. Your memories sustain my mind. Miss you like crazy. Miss you like crazy. Remember all the happy, sad things. Through it all, you were good to me. I miss you like crazy. I miss you like crazy. They say the grass is greener on the other side. It's always the same old color. That's what I come to find. What I come to find. 'Cause I'm tired of running, chasing everything, never finding the joy you bring. I guess I'm reaping the seed I've sown. I miss my home. I miss my home. Sun rays reaching down, drying tears, a new life found. So young and free. I miss you like crazy. Moonlight, a perfect song. Dream of days when you're never gone. Oh, I wanna see you. I miss you like crazy. They say the grass is greener on the other side. It's always the same old color. That's what I come to find. What I come to find. 'Cause I'm tired of running, chasing everything, never finding the joy you bring. I guess I'm reaping the seed I've sown. I miss my home. I miss my home. I miss my home, yeah. I miss my home, yeah. Oh, I miss you like crazy. You know I miss you like crazy. You know I miss you like crazy. Oh, I miss my home, yeah. I miss my home. I miss my home. I miss my home. Think about you all the time. Your memories sustain my mind. Miss you like crazy. Miss you like crazy. Remember all the happy, sad things. Through it all, you were good to me. I miss you like crazy. I miss you like crazy. They say the grass is greener on the other side. It's always the same old color. That's what I come to find. What I come to find. 'Cause I'm tired of running, chasing everything, never finding the joy you bring. I guess I'm reaping the seed I've sown. I miss my home. I miss my home. Sun rays reaching down, drying tears, a new life found. So young and free. I miss you like crazy.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
You guys have any final words or want to say anything? All of you, even my group.
I just want to say that I'll be praying every day, every night for you. And again, if you need anything, please contact us, and we'll do our best to help you with anything we can. And thank you guys for letting us share your off story and getting his name out there.
Thank you so much. We're ready to find him and bring him home. I love you, Wayne. I miss you so much.
You know why I picked that song, actually, Davina? When we had talked last time, you had said you love him like crazy, you miss him like crazy. And it just stuck in my head, and that song was.
My dad wants to say something in Navajo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yate, she get Dwayne. No, snab car no. The handitas, no huidza. Kuichin huidza. Tree begin huidza. The handitas are showed. No snab car no, which you hotel. A coy. What are the distance? She get Dwayne. Dita. Aditya.
That's it. So he's just saying that. Yeah, he's my brother's fluent in Navajo, so my dad's just saying that son, come home if you're here on Earth. We just miss you all the time, and basically that's it.
Julianne, did you want to have any final words? Jeremiah, Thorwin.
Yeah. I just want to um say thank you to all my family that's involved with what we're doing. Then thank you for having us this way, also talking about it and expressing ourselves on what we're doing right now. You know, I mean, like I said, it's been 14, 15 years that nobody hasn't done nothing about it. And we're not saying that um we had a young lady that came through the police department, and she's really, it seems like she's really helpful. She's really wanting to know what happened, and she's really like to where she's legit on what she's talking about. You know, it means a lot. It means a lot.
Yeah,
So thank you for everybody that's involved with what we're doing right now. And just like having us over what we're doing right now over YouTube, you know, I mean, it means a lot to me. To me, that's the way I see it. So thank you for having us
of course.
and talking about it and trying to get this somewhere so that we could find answers and closure. That's what we need, so that we can hold people accountable for what they did.
Absolutely.
And I think that's probably the only way we can fully start living our lives again, and trying to enjoy as much as we can.
Yeah,
It
anytime to heal.
changes. It changes. It changes a lot. From the smallest baby to the biggest and tallest kid, to our mom, to our dad. You know, it changes a lot.
Yeah,
So we just never imagined it to be to be it the way it is. But I just want to say thank you for everybody that's involved. It means a lot. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So I just want
well,
to say that again.
we appreciate you being here. Like we really do. I know it can't be easy, and I want to say thank you for you guys coming to us and feeling comfortable enough and trusting us enough to be able to help you spread your word. Again, that's what we're here for, and if we can help, just let us know. And I'm like Jason had said, you guys are in my prayers, you're in my thoughts. I pray you guys get answers, and we're here. Go
Thank you,
ahead,
sir.
Zach.
I just want to say thank you
I
to you
just
guys
want to
too.
thank you from the bottom
Oh,
of our
sorry.
hearts for sharing Dwayne's story and wanting to shine light on wanting to continue to find him. I'll always keep you guys in my thoughts and prayers.
Thank you,
Thank
Zach.
you, Zach.
I
Jeremiah, go ahead. I'm
just
sorry.
I just wanted to say thank you to you guys too, for putting my dad's story out and making him heard.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I just um wanted to thank my family members too for finally doing this and I just want to know. I just want answers. I don't care about the revenge part. I know whoever did this to him or what happened will come back to them. So I just
Truth
want
always comes to the
answers.
light.
And thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for being here. Is Julianne still with us? No. Nicole, did you?
Basically, I just thank you guys for coming, and thank you for sharing Dwayne's story with us, and allowing us to help get his voice out there. It's been, obviously unfortunate circumstances getting to know you guys, but it's been a pleasure to get to know all of you and to hear the story and the love that you guys have in the family for each other, for Dwayne. It's completely heartbreaking, but I really hope that you guys get justice for him. And I'm glad that you guys are trying to do this, because he deserves that. You guys deserve that. So thank you for allowing us to do this for you or with you. And like we've said 100 times, we'll stand beside you for whatever, as long as we need to, as long as you want us.
And also that video that we made that we played, if you anybody wants that, if you guys want to send us your email or your Facebook, whatever, YouTube, whatever, we can make sure you guys get that video as well.
Thank you. Julianne said her mic isn't working, but she said thank you very much.
Thank you, Julianne, for being here with us, and thank you for reaching out as well. She was a big part of this and reaching out, so I appreciate that as well. And I want to say thank you to all of our wonderful mods. We love you guys, and our new members and our old members. We love you all, and we're grateful for each and every one of you. Make sure, like I said before, and hit that thumbs up button and share their story. That's all I got.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for being here.
Okay, it's working now. Thank you,
Oh,
guys.
okay, good.
Thank you.
Okay, go ahead. You're welcome. You have a final word? Do you want to say anything before we end it?
I just want to thank you guys, just for having us and for hearing us out. It's nice to be able to be heard. And, we just want our answers, like Jeremiah was saying. I want everyone to heal from this. It's been 14 years, and, everyone in my family deserves that. So
Absolutely.
I just thank you guys for having us on here and listening to us. We appreciate you guys a lot.
Same goes for you, Julianne. If, like I told your mom and stuff, if you guys need to reach out, even just to talk or just to vent or just anything, you got my number. So, and you got our Facebook, Messenger, everything. Just, we're still there.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Yeah, can I say something again real fast?
Absolutely.
As growing up, getting raised by my parents and my uncles, and they always taught us. They always wanted us to be good people, and the way they did that is um, we have a belief, a religion that we got raised up with, and he was always inspired by that, and he used to enjoy singing. He used to enjoy praying. He used to enjoy just being in there and being a helping hand. And I just I mean, like, like whenever we started to do like the searches and bringing this up to where we can be heard, to where people can be, to where we can be heard. um I've always I've encouraged my family to maybe start with the prayer, then end with the prayer. And I just want to um sing a song in my own native tongue so that maybe my brother can hear me, so that he could, you know, if possible, come home and being himself. So if that's okay, I want to do that.
Yes, please.
Absolutely.
We would love
We
that.
would, yes, please.
Okay. Yana he yo yane, yana he yo yane, yana he yo na he ne yo em. Yana he yo yane, 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 yana he yo na he ne. Yana he yo yane, yana he yo na he ne yo em. Yana he yo yane, yana he yo yane, yana he yo na he ne yo em. Yana he yo yane, 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 yana he yo na he ne. Yana he yo yane, yana he yo na he ne yo em. Yana he yo yane, 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 yana he yo na he ne, yana he yo yane, yana he yo na he ne yo em. Yana he yo yane, 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 yana he yo na he ne, yana he yo yane, yana he yo na he ne yo. Yeah, so I just wanted that to be our prayer for tonight, for this evening. And God willing, we're gonna have our prayers answered. We're gonna get answers. We're gonna get closure. Thank you again.
Thank you for sharing that song with us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Darwin. That
Beautiful.
sounded really nice.
It
Yeah,
did.
thank you very much.
Okay. Anybody got anything else to say before we close down? Um, I do want to say real quick, Doran, we're going to play an outro, but we're going to stay on the line when we go off live. So if you want to just go ahead and stay on.
Okay.
Okay. Again, thanks everybody in chat. We appreciate you all. The family that came to support him, I could tell there's some in the chat, and just everybody, thank you. We love you all. God bless. And hopefully we'll keep on this.
Remember me when the sun comes up in the morning sky. There I will be, soaring with the eagle so high, feeling free. Remember me down the road.
Remember me when the sun comes up in the morning sky. There I will be, soaring with the eagle so high, feeling free.
Hey guys.
Hey.